Hi, Michael. Yes, you can safely delete the enhancement and the features folder. Typically, whenever you start building a site, when I did my instructions and that, you probably haven't actually got a chance to go through that part of setting up a website because we already did that for you. Is I recommend that when you first open up your site, take a preview of it, make a copy of the site. So that way you can get rid of folders you don't need, and if you ever need them back, you can just drag them in. But short story, you can get rid of these three folders here. Chances are you're probably not using, I didn't see anything in here that looked like it was being used. Those are spare pages, right? So if I just open up the page here, right, it still has the welcome to our website and all the lorem ipsum stuff in there. So just from the copy that I had, right, I don't think you're using any pages in here, right? But you can typically get rid of these three folders, before you publish your site. The pages folder, even the sliders folder. I don't think these are just the different slider options in your package. So if I open up the Nevo slider page, for example, I didn't see anything on there that was being used as an actual content page in your site. It still has welcome to our website and lorem ipsum. So you can even get rid of the sliders folder when you're done. One of the things I recommend to folks is when they're building the site, when you have the pages and the sliders, what you can do is actually drag those out from those subfolders into the root folder if you're going to use them. If you're not, then don't physically use any pages in the sliders folder or the pages folder. Those are just there so you can create as spare pages which you can use to create new pages from. But I do recommend you get rid of them. So then you'd just be down to library site templates and images, and that would save a lot of, whenever you do a library update, it's going to save at least a second a page, so it's going to make things a lot faster as well. Right, now there's a much faster way of updating. I don't typically share this method with anybody, but in your situation it may be, this is one of the things I do myself, but it's just one of those things you can't undo it, so I don't recommend it to anybody. But here's an example of what you can do. Let's open up our phone LBI. Here's the script right here, right? Now you go and do your library update. There's a way faster way of updating the site. It's instantaneous, but it's also irreversible. What you would do in this case, let's say for example, there's your, I'm just going to update your pages right now. And right, without the enhancement folder and that, it took about 20 seconds to update. Okay, now here's a super fast method. You select whatever it is you want to change in your site. In this case, we want to change the HTTP to an HTTPS, right? So you just scrub over like so, and then you would go and do the edit, find and replace. Now before Dreamweaver version 8, there was no library asset. This is how you'd have to do site-wide updates anyways. So basically copy what you want to update, paste it in the replace window down below, and all we do is we tuck in an S right here. So we're going to look for any instance of this link, and we're going to replace it with this link right here. We're going to switch to the entire current local, and we're going to use source code, and we're going to hit replace all, and boom. See that? It goes through all your pages and it's done in about, what, a second. So that's another method. But the thing is, if you screw up, if you mess this up, you'd either have to go back and find and replace it, or you would, make sure you have a copy of your site. One thing I will advise is if you're ever doing a find and replace, is make a copy of your website folder first, or your home, in your case, your home folder. Make a copy of that, so if something does go off the rails, you can always define a new site or copy the files in to replace the ones you've updated. So in the story, you can get rid of those folders. You should be safe. Make a copy of your site first. So let's say you delete your enhancement and your features folders and your pages and your sliders, and you go, oh, I really wanted a new page or something. If you have a copy of your website, of your home folder, you can just drag that page into your site or that folder back into your site. Piece of cake, it's all done. And as far as making the site updates quick, you could use find, like for things like updating links, it does make more sense to use find and replace because it's a much faster tool. Like I said, the only thing with find and replace is if you screwed up, you've kind of toasted your site. You have to physically go back through your site and either know how to fix it, or go to a backup of your site, copy the pages back in, and do it again, sort of a thing. So anyways, I hope those two things helped answer your questions.